Amsterdam, die grote stad, die is gebouwd op palen. En als hij dan om me viel,
wie moet dan betalen?
ja.
Oh Amsterdam, wat ben je mooi.
The canals of Amsterdam, the pride of the Dutch culture, and the symbol of conquering nature. Did you know that those canals are protected by walls that are built on top of wooden piles? Those walls are called quay walls. Amsterdam has a belt of 165 canals with a total length of 600 kilometers of quay walls. Unfortunately, the quay walls in Amsterdam are falling apart since many of the wooden piles have shifted, cracked, or collapsed under the continuous pressure. Therefore, the municipality renovates the quay walls of Amsterdam over the coming 30 years to keep the city safe.
Since we are renovating them anyway, could it not be a chance to rethink the quay wall of the future? Imagine if this amount of quay walls can be utilized through harnessing energy. Since Amsterdam aims to be a natural gas-free city by 2040, could it be a good opportunity to integrate energy systems in the renewed quay walls? A potential energy system for implementation is thermal energy from surface water, in Dutch called TEO system. This system has proven through research that it could provide 40% of the built environment's heat requirements in the Netherlands. The system retrieves heat from surface water bodies, like lakes, rivers, and canals. In this way, the houses of Amsterdam could be heated up and cooled down by your beloved historical canals.
But how does the system exactly work? There are two different types of TEO systems, open and closed. In a closed system, the heat exchanger is installed in the surface water. The liquid in the system does not come into contact with the surface water itself. The temperature of the heat is then increased by a heat pump and then transferred into the building.
Open TEO systems extract surface water, take the heat and discharge the water back into the water body. The temperature of the heat is then increased by the heat pump and then transferred into the building. Closed systems are usually installed on a smaller scale compared to the open systems. The heat can be stored underground by aquifer thermal energy storage, also called ATES. This way, we can extract the heat in the summer and extract the cold in winter and save it for later. Even though the system already works and it is proven to be effective, why is the implementation so far away from the present? We talked to several experts of TEO systems and asked them the question, what is the main challenge for implementing a TEO system in the quay walls of Amsterdam?
You already know the TEO system and how it works, but we would like to know how you would define the TEO system.
Okay. In basic, it's just about harvesting heat or cold from surface water. Period. And in practice, it means you want to utilize it, so that something comes after that. So you need to deliver it to houses, or maybe you have to store it in an ATES system, or but just TEO is just about pumping water through an installation, extracting thermal energy.
Could you name some disadvantages of implementing a TEO system in quay walls?
Well, the idea is that we have to replace about 200 kilometers of quay wall in Amsterdam, so that is an opportunity. If you are working already on it, then you might as well implement an inlet and an outlet in it. So that's I think mainly an opportunity. I think the governance is very difficult. How to organize it, what parties are going to do what in this. So you have somebody who's to take care of the source, operate it, and then somebody who's taking care of distributing it, and where do you place the heat pumps. You need a lot of space, I think, and that's difficult to find that space.
We weten gewoon niet wat er met deeltjes, levende wezentjes, levende organismen moet ik eigenlijk zeggen, wat ermee gebeurt. Dus die gaan die installatie in, die komen tegen een filter aan of een doorfilter heen en krijgen een temperatuursprong en die worden verpompt en weer geloosd of komen in een terugspoelsysteem van de filter terecht. Maar zijn ze dan nog levend?
Ja.
Dat is gewoon de grote vraag.
Matching the investment on the Quay side with a possible consumer a few years in the future, that's very hard for, I think for a lot of people, but mostly for municipalities to actually take into account when they're making their budgets. And that's an issue because the Quay was renovated for a technical lifespan of 100 years. So if in 5 years or 10 years someone said, I need heat and I need it here, then they're too late because the Quay was already been renovated.
We let the different stakeholders discuss the barriers together.
It makes sense also to start implementing that now.
It's not opened every day, so it's only during the asset management cycle.
So they are also usually not the owners of the installation that is put in their houses.
The outcome was that raising awareness and understanding future scenarios is currently needed. To find solutions for the future, we organized a session at Symposium Future Horizons of the Urban Energy Transition at TU Delft.
To be honest, for instance, instead of talking about lithium batteries to store energy, why we don't use like the heat network or the weather to store energy in some ways? Yeah.
About 50 years ago in Amsterdam we had city gas. So the city supplied gas to the whole city. You need to go back to a system like that. You need to have a city one program.
If we want to implement a TEO system in the quay walls, it should be integrated with other technologies,
resolve ownership issues,
monitor effects on the environment with, for instance, sensors, and the infrastructure needs to be adjusted to the new energy systems. To convey the urgency of the heat transition and to propose aquathermal energy from surface water as a possibility, we composed a book. The book describes 2 scenarios, one doom scenario and one good scenario. The first doom scenario regarding infrastructure sketches a futuristic Amsterdam where quay walls were quickly and structurally well fixed. However, the management of the energy transition has been neglected, resulting in scattered individual systems, leading to an overloaded energy grid. In the good scenario, the thoughtful design of the renovated quay walls allows seamless and standardized integration of TEO systems.
In the next doom scenario, we talk about injustice. TEO systems in 2050s Amsterdam are exclusively for the wealthiest, leaving others in the cold. In a good, just scenario, the government asked the people for their perception of justice during the whole implementation of a TEO system, resulting in TEO systems being owned by different organizations who are now able to distribute energy between neighborhoods.
The last scenarios describe the ecological effects of TEO systems. In the doom scenario, TEO systems gained immense popularity in the wealthier districts of Amsterdam. This ended up triggering an ecological catastrophe, as the constant discharge of cold water proved to be harmful to aquatic life. The good scenario, the National Association of Water Boards created a shared vision with conditions for the utilization of TEO systems. The design of the walls enhance biodiversity, and sensors are constantly monitoring the water quality, which is being regulated by AI.
Through exploring these scenarios, we hope to give policymakers better insights so they can lead us to the good scenarios. This is the key to the future.
In Amsterdam.